Shaddoll recently got a massive buff and is now very strong. It's one of the harder decks to play well, but it is very fun, and can easily go toe-to-toe with the current meta. And when played well, many even claim this to be the new best deck, thanks to the updated skill. There are more videos on the way soon, so consider pressing the big red button. But with no further ado, enjoy! Since the skill alters how the deck looks, after you enter a game, the deck will look more like this, with the two traps being engraved. Usually I try to avoid showing selection box exclusive cards in videos as they are hard to obtain, but for this video I will have to make an exception given how important Incarnation is to this deck, as unlike before, the skill now sends 2 random Shaddoll traps from your deck to the graveyard before it adds the 3 fusion, Schism and Winder into your deck/extra deck. This means that if you only have 1 Incarnation, you could replace the second one with a copy of Core, though 2 copies of Incarnation are ideal. Shaddoll Beast, the other selection box Shaddoll card, is actually not that important compared to Incarnation. You will even see a lot of similar builds do well that do not play this card at all. The main reason to not play this card is that in a build like this there is no tech cards to dig for aside from the 1 Super Poly. I mostly like Beast as it's an extra name to activate and therefore can be useful in longer games, but as mentioned it's not a card that you need to play, and hopefully this and Incarnation will get reprinted without too much weight. The skill now also gives you the option to mix Shaddoll with other stuff that's not Spellcaster, such as Magical Merchant and Armageddon Knight, but in doing so you lose out on the second part of the skill, becoming unable to shuffle a Shaddoll back from grave or banished once a duel. I personally find myself liking the ability to do that, as putting back Winder or Incarnation can be quite nice. Since we start the game with Incarnation in grave, Hedgehog becomes a lot better, as you can set this, use Incarnation to flip it up, and then search for whatever you want, which is the same reason why Magical Merchant is an option. In a low card build though, I don't like 3 Hedgehog, as we want to avoid drawing multiple of the same name, which is why I'm using 3 of the best Shaddoll name, which is Wendy, 2 each of the good names with Hedgehog, Dragon, and Squamata, and then 1 of the less important names, which is Falco, Beast, and Hollow. Hollow is very good because now we can very easily set this off Wendy to then flip up in their turn with Incarnation to banish a monster. I think Leona is better than Alistair in this deck, as Magistus Invocation confused from field for Shaddoll, whereas regular Invocation cannot. I was trying 2 of this card in 20, but sometimes I would not have enough light monsters to make Construct, even with Artemis. If you only have 2 Construct, you can instead play a Black Rose Moonlight for Falco plus Winder or Beast, or play Wendigo. Grista is for Super Poly, Schism, and we can also make it with either Hollow or Phoenix. The Magistus Fusion can be useful as an extra form of removal, and then we use Gravity to link off our Shaddolls to add back a spell trap from grave, Artemis to help us make Construct by normal summoning a Shaddoll and then turning it into Artemis, as doing so will provide you a light monster, and lastly we have Phoenix to open up the easier OTK lines against back row decks. Enjoy the gameplay. Okay, use the spell. Pitch 1, search 2. We get a Serpent and a Raptor. So it could just be the normal Link 3 plus Halberd M board. Hey, look, do I need the 3rd construct badly? Not badly, the 3rd one definitely helps. But you can just play like the Wind Fusion instead. You only have 2. Onto Serpent onto Raptor. And then if they have a Wolf or Striker in hand, they can go into the Link 3 here. Depends what's in their hand. Because both cards, I believe, are unknown. Yeah, okay, so we have Wolf or Striker. And This will summon the Wolf or Striker from hand, the Striker then from deck, and the level 5 Synchro back from grave. And then these two will make a Power Gladiator. They might make level 10 if they choose to respect IDP, which they do not. They make level 10, then they go skill into the Dragonfly. Then they can go flip up, yeah, put that into grave, bring back the Star Guardian and the Gladiator, then these will all make the Halberds. And this could be a back row, we're not sure what it is. It could just be a random monster as well though. Okay, summon Halberd. Set 1 it is a back row, could be a Lance, and then pass. Okay, we're going to use Fusion. Halberd cannot negate this summon because it does start a chain. So we're going to use the Owner, and we're going to also use Dragon here. Make constructs. And we can go Effective Construct to send, and effect the Dragon. Dragon will attempt to pop back row. It is a Book of Moon. Okay. Let's have a Lance. Okay, Wendy effect Wendy to go up into Hedgehog. Then we can use the trap to banish itself. And the Wendy to flip up the Hedgehog. And then this will search for a L Shaddoll Fusion. And now we can use L Shaddoll Fusion to fuse off the construct that's here, as well as the Squamato that's in our hand. And then that can make another construct. Add back the Elder Hands. Yeah, it's like the tricky part is that we can't use Hollow on the Halberd because we don't have the Shekinara in the game currently. We will just send Hollow though to have the option to reborn it with Falco. We're not going to use the Effector Mill though, since we've gone through pretty much every relevant effect anyway this turn. We are going to Tribute set over the Hedgehog, and then set 2. The effect of Construct to Destroy does not target, so it could go into the Halberd here, but if we did that, they get to just bring back the Star Guardian, and then they get sent back to hands. But it is debatable though, because that then means that like Winder would be stronger if I did that. We're going to add back Serpent to hands. It's going to be fine. Yeah, in response to this, we're going to use our Schism. To then lock them out of summoning. Chain Lance. So that won't actually do much here because I don't have a water thing to send this way anyway. Gonna make constructs. What was I saying? Make Winder, I mean. Winder with Squamata and Hedgehog. And they can bring back the wolf. Battle phase. Punch into the Winder, which is perfectly fine. And Winder can be used to add back short fusion from grave to hands. End phase, okay. That's a pretty good card, but we can't fuse with any of their bosses currently. We are going to use Beast though, and either way they do just lose here. Like, probably it was correct to like not flip summon here, but it doesn't make a difference, I think. Yeah, we're going to have a summon, which is fine. We can draw a card from Beast's other effects. Now we can use Short Fusion. This will fuse with a Villionaire from deck and a Hedgehog. And then the effect of Construct can send a thing to grave, and Hedgehog can then add a dragon to hands. Is this deck top tier? It's either tier 1 or it's like the best deck, I think. But use Trap to flip up the dragon. And then dragon effects. This will then bounce us back into the deck. Then we have Schism to fuse. Schism will fuse with the Hollow from grave, Dragon on the field to make a Garista. And then that's going to be game there. GG. Nice. Shaddoll, best deck. Kingdom banish free. Now all their Toons are untargetable. Summon BLS, set 1 pass. Okay. We're gonna go normal summon Valiona, and then this will search for the Magistus invocation. This will make a construct with this and Wendy. Yeah. Constructs and Wendy. So Wendy will set a briefcase chain L short fusion. Okay, so now we just go into constructs with Construct and Scrum Master. Okay, there's going to be a lot of chillings happening now. Resolves. So it's send. Let me think here. Send Dragon. And then Wendy sets Scrum Master. Don't use Scrum Master. I think. Or actually, no, we've already declared it, haven't we? Oh no, I haven't. Okay. In that case, yeah, we summon Scrum Master. And then send Dragon. L effects. Contrast effects. Add back L. No Scrum Master effects. Dragon effects. Or the Toon Kingdom. And then this will dump a Schism? Doesn't really matter. Yeah. Cool. Shaddoll best deck.